Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I apologize for my lateness. I was having a little snooze on the sofa because when I came back in, went out earlier on today. I really didn't want to go out today, but I had to go out, or at least I thought I had to go out, but never mind. I went out, and yeah, I mean, there's terms that we like to use in Britain, like colder than a witch's tit, or is proper living parky, or you know, various frozen appendages. I have to say, my sheepskin boots, I thought they were waterproof. Turns out they weren't. My toes were frozen into cubes. They were flesh cubes attached to my body. I got home, I took off my boots, my socks were all wet, so I've got to reapply the waterproofing on my boots. I had to wear tracks, those coils or spikes some people put in there. Yeah, I've got them. Basically, in London, we don't really do snow. Snow's not a London thing. And when we do snow, we might have a couple of centimeters, and for a few hours, there's chaos on the roads. But we don't really do snow. It's not a London thing. And if we do snow, it's normally in January. But like we're not even halfway through December, and we've got snow. And not a little bit of snow. Quite a bit of snow. Quite a bit. In some places, they said it was between 6 and 12 centimeters of snow. That's a lot of snow. If you want to see, I can show you pictures. I mean, yeah, this was the view. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this was the view from my house this morning when I got up. That's a lot of snow. Then, okay, this is the view in my town centre. I mean, the beauty is, of course, that, the roads are clear, but like, as you can see, the, let's see, I got that one. Yes, it's a winter wonderland. Check that out. Doesn't it look lovely? It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. And it's absolutely freezing. Oh, yeah. This is a picture of my brethren. You're probably thinking, where's the people? There's no people. Yeah, my brethren's not a person. It's a tree. It's the cedar tree that's in the town, in like the green, in my local town. I love that tree. It's a beautiful tree. I always say hello to that tree. Yes, I am a little bit nuts, but there you go. Such is life. Anyway, yes, so that will answer you. Anyone who has any questions, why are you wearing a woolly hat on your head? It's because it's cold. It's cold. I need to keep my head warm. It's cold. Until I do my braids and like fix my hair, in other words, until I put some plastic on my head, attach the plastic to my head, I'm wearing a woolly hat because it's cold, even in my house. At the moment, I think it must be, let's see, what's the temperature now? Oh yeah, the temperature at the moment, it says it's 0, but feels like -3. If it feels like -3, as far as I'm concerned, it's -3. Um, my heating's just kicked on not too long ago, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I was having a little snooze because cold weather, when you come back home from dealing with cold weather, you know, it's tiring. It's tiring. You feel tired. You want to fall asleep when you warm up a little bit. And I had something to eat, but then I had a little snooze, and then I had to wake up. So there you go. Right. So tonight, I am having a look at a Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa. Cyril, you've been a very, very, very naughty boy. A very, very, very naughty boy. So, okay. So, there are a number of questions to ask about this. I think that basically the South Africans are calling it Farmgate. They're calling the whole scandal Farmgate. And I'm going to read a few articles to you in regards to this case so that you can get a better understanding. Now, as I said, I was having a little snooze, and then that's why I had to postpone. And let me just get up quickly. I'm gonna light a candle for this session, um, and use fire to cleanse. Although I could use, no, I'm gonna use fire to cleanse. And yeah, I'm gonna use fire to cleanse the cars and thing. And yeah, let me go do that. Just give me 1 sec, and we'll get on with the reading. Oops, goodness me, what am I doing? Hold on. All right. Wow. Go. Right then. Okay. Okie dokie dokie doodar. Just put that there. Oops. Oops daisy. Right. And here I am. Don't want to get too close. I don't know. Is that the right one? Should I do it a bit? Have you a bit further away? I think I'll have you a bit further away today. Oops. There we go. There we go. And anyway, if I do it like this, you might be able to see a bit more. Okay. Excuse me. Right. All right. Let me bring this table a bit closer. Ooh la la. All right. Is that better? I'm not sure if that's better. Genuinely. Oh well, never mind. You know what? Edna good. Never mind. Right. So let's check things out. Cyril. What have you been up to? Now, the funny thing about Cyril Ramaphosa is he was brought in after Jacob Zuma was deposed because Zuma was too corrupt. The reason why they brought in Ramaphosa was because Ramaphosa was seen as one of the least corrupt officials. And well, I mean, I'm not going to turn around and say they were all dodgy. But if he's the least corrupt of a dodgy bunch, wow, doesn't look good for the ANC. None of this looks good for the ANC at all. It looks like the days of the ANC in power may well soon be coming to a close. I'm going to read you some information and you can see, we'll see what we can see, you know. So, now I've been on my last video that I did on Friday, I looked at voting. I tried to amend that video to show that I actually looked at two topics on Fridays. And one of the topics I looked at was strikes. Now, really and truly, I did a very quick one on the strikes, but I'm wondering if maybe what I should have done is given strikes their own video, because there is a bill that they're trying to push through at the moment. They already pushed one through in regard to protest, which I think I spoke about, I may have touched on briefly, but there's some more bills that they're trying to bring about to limit people's ability to strike. We already have some of the most oppressive laws in regards to a union's ability to strike in Europe. So we already have some pretty oppressive laws in regards to that. For example, if you want to strike and if a union wants to strike, they need to ballot their members, but they need to ballot their members using post. And then their members fill out the paperwork and post it back, rather than have an electronic ballot, which means as a member you would get an email with your details and then you tap on an icon that would bring you through and you could vote yes or no whether you wanted to strike or not. So those are things that we have. That's what makes it why in Britain it can be difficult to actually get many union members to vote to strike. The thing is, when you do have union members voting to strike in large numbers, they really, really, really mean it. And it's not something that's taken lightly. It's something that is felt very strongly. So our strikes can go on for a while, and the government have zero interest in trying to negotiate or even come with any reasonable terms to the strikers. So maybe I will actually have a look at that in a bit more depth. I'll have to think about that one. But all right, so I'm not going to do a double bubble today. No double bubbles today. Today is all going to be about Cyril. It's all going to be about Farmgate. And it's worse. It's even worse. I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually, I'm just going to adjust this thing again. My apologies. It's even worse than I originally thought. Quite frankly, it's worse than I originally thought. So, right, let's have a look. Cyril. First up, okay, BBC News. There we go. Cyril Ramaphosa. Damning report raises tough questions for South Africa's leader. Right? Okay. A damning report from a panel of legal experts into accusations that President Cyril Ramaphosa covered up the theft of $4 million or 3.3 million pounds in cash from his farm in 2020 has raised uncomfortable questions for South Africa's leader. The panel, headed by a former Chief Justice, described some of his explanations as improbable. Mr. Ramaphosa has a case to answer, not just to the Parliament, but to all South Africans, critics say. Judging by the fervent reaction from opposition parties, some of whom are calling for him to step down immediately, this scandal has the potential to cost him his job. Right. There was a submission made to the panel, and President Ramaphosa denied there was anything untoward about the money stolen on his private farm, saying it was from the proceeds of buffalo sold for $580,000 in cash to a Sudanese national, Mustafa Mohammed Ibrahim Hazim, in 2019. However, Mr. Hazim has not appeared in public and little is known about him. That's changed. He's now willing to testify in a court of law. Okay. The panel questioned why the invoice presented to them didn't contain any details that would make him identifiable. There was only his name, no business address or ID number. Okay. Right. Now, okay. So, right. There were three issues here according to the people making the inquiry. They wanted to know, why did the president have $580,000 stored inside a sofa? I mean, that must be the world's most expensive sofa. Why was the theft of that money not reported to the police 2 years ago? Because the theft took place in 2020. And why do the buffalo he says were sold remain on the farm? Now, his explanation was that a lodge manager at the farm first stored the money in a safe, but later moved it to a sofa in a spare room. Hold on a minute. If a sofa contains, at the very least, £580,000, that's not going in the spare room, that's going in my sitting room. Every time I walk into my sitting room, I look at that sofa, I can see my money. When I'm sitting down to watch TV, I'm sitting on my money like a chicken sitting on my eggs. You know what? Anyway, so yeah, right. The reason why he moved the money into a sofa in the spare room was he thought it was the safest place, as he believed nobody would break into the president's house. Really? Really? The panel believed that explanation needs further scrutiny. It definitely needs something. The judge's scope was limited to recommending that Parliament take action. If MPs decide that an impeachment committee should investigate further, they find the president guilty of serious misconduct, that would set in motion the process for an impeachment vote. Ultimately, it will come down to a vote. The motion to impeach needs a two-thirds majority in Parliament to pass. When the ANC has the numbers to prevent that from happening, while the ANC has the numbers to prevent that from happening, the party is also hugely divided. Those against him may see this as an opportunity to vote with opposition parties to remove him. We are some way from such a vote, but in the court of public opinion, what has already been established has been damaging. So, this farm gate, which is what the South Africans refer to this as, farm gate took place in 2020. This burglary took place. Oh, and this is another thing. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. Yes. Right, okay. There are one or two things that there are one or two things that are really important to remember here. Okay. Right. There are laws about having. Okay. Right. Let me see. Yes, there are laws. Right. Okay. Now, as I said, the three main questions the panel were asking is, why did he have that money inside a sofa? Why was the theft not reported 2 years ago? Why the buffalo he says he sold still on the farm? Right? Okay. Now, it is difficult to escape the irony of the claims and the quagmire the president finds himself in. This is, after all, the man whose political image and rise to the presidency was built on fighting corruption. Get off my channel, block user. Right. Yes, built on fighting corruption. Yes, which dogged the country under his predecessor, Jacob Zuma. Now, okay. It puts Mr. Ramaphosa's moral standing in question, suggesting an abuse of power and perhaps a violation of the Constitution, the same Constitution that he helped draft in the 1990s. Now, there is apparently a law in South Africa that says that you are not allowed. Yes, holding such large amounts of money in dollars could violate foreign exchange control laws. So there's a law in South Africa that you can't have over a certain amount of foreign currency in cash. You're not allowed to have that. So you can have money in foreign banks, but you can't have cash, large cash amounts in a foreign currency. So there's laws about that. And he's been accused of money laundering and corruption. He's also accused of kidnapping and bribing the burglars. Apparently, it looks like he might have gone to Namibian president Hage or Hage Geingob. Anyway, the president of Namibia apparently went onto the phone to him. He was like, Haji, me mate, me old friend, listen, my place got burgled. Can you help me find out who did it? Allegedly. That's what the rumor is, right? So he contacted Namibian's president and said, I need help. And the president helped him apprehend the suspects and kidnap them and then bribe them to keep their mouths shut. So he says, I did not hunt for the perpetrators of the theft as alleged, nor did I give any instructions for this to take place. Yes, so he was saying there was less money because it was right. So they think that he had $4 million in cash at his farm, but he's only saying it's $580,000 because he has an invoice, a very vague invoice for $580,000. So I know I've talked about this for a while and it's getting very boring, me just talking, so let me just throw some cards. Question though. There are a number of questions. Question is, the questions to ask. I mean, will there be a further inquiry? I think probably yes, there will be. I don't think that's the question to ask. I think the question to ask is, will President Ramaphosa be impeached? I think that's the question to ask. And if he is impeached, will criminal charges follow? Because don't forget, not too long ago, Zuma was prosecuted in a court of law. Yes, his predecessor, President Zuma, was prosecuted in a court of law. And I think he got like 2 years or something like that in prison. So the question now is, Ramaphosa. Is Ramaphosa gonna have to face criminal charges? Because everybody's looking at him side-eye like, hold on a second, where did you get all that foreign currency from? So let's ask the question, shall we? Let's ask the question. Will President Ramaphosa be impeached? Right, I am going to first. What? Okay, right. Whoopsie daisy, what was that? That was a card that just flew out. Well, let me just do this. Okay, will President Ramaphosa be impeached? Will President Ramaphosa be impeached? Right, so that's that one. Next. Okay, this will be my final outcome cards. Final outcome card. I'm just going to pull one card as a final outcome, I think. Today I'm not going to pull any more, just one card will be a final outcome. Okay. Okay. Alright, I need corresponding cards. Will Ramaphosa be impeached? Okay. Let's do this, get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm doing global at the moment. I'm doing global political peeping. In the words of my mentor Tracy Brown, Cyril, you are under circuit review. And lastly but not least, will Ramaphosa be impeached? Ramaphosa be impeached. Will Ramaphosa be impeached? I am terrible at shuffling cards. So let's see. Right. Yeah. Oh, that worked. Wow, amazing. All right. Okay. Okay. I think that is fine. Right. Okay. So let's have a butcher's and find out what I want. Just gonna pick my cards. Pick the cards, pick the cards, pick the cards. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one here. And I'm gonna go for that one there. Go. And I'm gonna go for I think that one there. Okay. Anyway. Right, so those are picked. Okay. Give me 3 corresponding cards to shed light on what has already been picked. That one. And that one. And now I'm going to go for that one. Okay. And there's these. Okay. I'm going to go with that one. Right. I'm going to go with that one and that one. And that one. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Right. All right. My Father God in heaven, please reveal to me what you would like for me to see. Please show me what you would like for me to say in regards to Cyril Ramaphosa. Please facilitate this reading in the name of your divine emanation, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour. Amen. 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 So, let's see. Ooh. Okay, first up we have hedonist. Hedonist. Cyril just wants to have fun. Okay, the light attributes inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes pursues pleasures to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. Haha. Second card, victim. Prevents you, this is the light attribute, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. The shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Okay, and the final card indicating energy. Right. The warrior. Light attributes strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self sacrifice in conquering the ego. The shadow. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Now, Okay, the first card I have here under hedonism is you are a grown adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. Second card I have here under victim. Get in your heart. It misses you. I don't know which one it is. The third card I have, I think I might have got them mixed up actually, is vulnerability is super hot, and that's under warrior. Now I have a feeling I actually got these mixed up. I think that one is under victim and get in your heart, it misses you is under warrior. What I'm getting here from the energy from Mr. Ramaphosa is that there's an element here of a guy who just wants to have fun and a guy who feels he's deserves to have fun. Oh, hi, Sylvester, darling. How are you? Wonderful to see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes. There's an element here of a guy who just wants to have fun and an element of I deserve to have fun because I've done so much for so many other people. Um and because Ramaphosa was in the ANC for a long time. He was one of the founding members of the new South African Constitution. So he would look at things like conduct in public life and draw up a constitution of how ministers should behave. And he was very much about anti-corruption, right? So the message I'm getting from this card is this is the guy who likes to party, who likes to have a good time, who likes to do it because it feels good. But when it's pointed out to him that he's messed up, he's like, oh, it's not me. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't me. I didn't do, Shaggy, that song, It Wasn't Me. Yeah, that's Cyril. And he feels that he can retreat to that persona because in the past, he was a warrior for the party, a warrior for the cause. And also, he was a warrior trying to fight against corruption. It does make you beg the question, was his fight against corruption genuine? Or does he see himself as, okay, I'm a little bit naughty, but I'm not as bad as those guys? Does he see himself as only a little bit corrupt and think that it's not really that big a deal because it's a victimless crime and he's not hurting anybody? Those are all questions to ask. Anyway, let me proceed. First card I have here. The question I asked, will he be impeached? They are working on it. They are working on it. They're working on it night and day. They are working away, busy as a bee. All the opposition MPs are working on it. The parties are working on it. Okay, so they're working on trying to impeach him. Agreements are being made. I would go so far as to say agreements are being made. There are hands across the aisle. Now, the Two of Cups is often represented by two people holding hands. or two people, a man and a woman, with their cups raised in their hand. I see this because this what the way the Two of Cups here looks, it almost looks like it's a wedding. You know, where you have the bride and the groom, and sometimes you'll have a ribbon that goes over their wrists. This is not as far as deep as a wedding. This is not a contract for life, but I see hands across the aisle, which means there are will be members from other parties, from different parties coming together to make an agreement to impeach his backside. Oh, Cyril, you've been a very, very naughty boy. Oh, Cyril. Okay. So far, I'm seeing quite a few twos. All right. At the base of the reading is the Two of Swords. Now, often the Two of Swords, you see a woman with a blindfold on. In this case, she doesn't have a blindfold on, but she is blind. And the Two of Swords can be kind of like a crossroads. It can also mean like you come to a crossroads, so you've got to make a decision which way you're going to go. But I think there's something here about more about her being blind. It's kind of giving me almost justice vibes. But this is a crossroads. And I would say, because I'm kind of getting justice vibes from this, I would say the decision will be based not so much on partisanships, but more on being seen to do the right thing. I mean, guys, you know that my oh crumbs. Right. Uh oops. Oh, here we go. Lovely jubbly. Let me just double check because I like to double check. Sometimes I forget things, you know. Ah, mutuality. Okay. Okay. Nope, that is not the one I'm looking for. Nope. Right. So, yes, a stalemate and an impasse. This is not a stalemate. This is not a stalemate. This might be an agreement, much like the Two of Cups, a mutuality. Yes, a business deal. Right. Compromise, a resolution and reconciliation. Nope, I'm going to go with an agreement and maybe the end of a relationship. Yep. Renewed action. Decision is made. So, right. What I've got here with these two twos, and I believe that twos are often about duality. I believe that twos are about, well, not often, they are always about duality. Duality and balance, the relationship between two objects, partnership, a dilemma, and a need to make a choice. I have two twos here. So, what I would say here is that there will be people coming together to make sure he gets impeached. I think so. I think so. I have to pull more cards to be sure, but I believe that that's the case. There will be people coming together from across the aisle to make sure that he's impeached. There will be an end to relationships for sure. I think that it's after the trial of Zuma and him being sentenced to prison for 2 years. It's internationally humiliating. And then being followed from Zuma with Ramaphosa, also suspected as a person indulging in some level of corruption. I think that the ANC are going to turn tail on it. Another reason why I think that is because this card is in the past. This card is in the past. He has come to the end of his cycle. His cycle as a politician is over. Oh Lord, crowning this reading is justice. Cyril, if I didn't tell you before, you've been a very, very, very naughty boy. Very naughty. Cyril, they're going to impeach your ass. You better hope, but I don't know, man. I would say if they try you in a court of law, if criminal charges are brought up on you, your ass is going to prison. Yeah, but I have to say this for South Africa, you know. South Africa is one of the few places in the world where the president breaks the law and they send his ass to prison. We can say all day, every day about how, oh, you know, those developing countries, they're so corrupt. No, like, you know, in the developed world, we're not so corrupt. Let's get this straight. The developing countries, they might be corrupt, but they know they have a problem and they are willing to send an ex-president to prison. Where's the criminal charges for Boris? Where's the criminal? Oh yeah, well, I have to say, the criminal charges for Trump, not his company, but for him personally, they're coming. But I want to see, are they actually going to send his ass to prison? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Right, Six of Spears. That is in the immediate future. Often that card is a celebrated person. I'm going to read it as a reverse. That this card is a celebrated person sitting on their horse, feeling all kingly and shit, and then like he gets jostled, his crown gets knocked off his head, and suddenly he ain't king no more. That's how I'm gonna read that. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna read that one. I ask the question, are they going to impeach him? Will he be impeached? I would say yes, he will be impeached. Triumph eludes you. Triumph eludes you. Yep. You do not win this time around. Now, in his mind, of course, he's the king of coins. I mean, you'd have to be the king of coins to have $3.3 million stolen, but only being willing to declare 580,000. Sorry, 4 million stolen and only be willing to declare 580,000. That means you can afford to, pretend that, let's say, 3.5 million didn't actually exist. Dude. This is another 10. His cycle is coming to an end. Baby. This is the end of the cycle for you, his legacy. The environment is in regards to his legacy. His legacy is shot. His legacy is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone. His legacy is over. Nobody is celebrating him anymore. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to have problems with money. Yeah. And yes, there is going to be a lawsuit. There will be a lawsuit. If it wasn't clear before that there's going to be a lawsuit, that law is going to be an issue here, with justice crowning the reading. The 10 of coins makes it even more. There's going to be a lawsuit. I think that he will be impeached. In fact, I would go further than that. I think there's going to be criminal charges. Oh Lord. I pulled too many cards, but this is not funny. Let me try and show you what I'm talking about. Just bear with me a second. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to show you something. All right then. Please. I don't want to hear any comments about my dirty house. Right. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is bad. I don't know if you can see it. Oops. That's bad. That is so bad. So very bad. I need to find out a way I can do this where you can actually see the cards, because this is bad. Remember, we have them working on impeaching him, crossed by mutuality, right? Underneath that, we have a decision made, people coming together to make an agreement. Okay? In the past, we have members of his party turning their back on him once they hear about what he's been up to. Right? Justice crowns the reading. So we've already got 2 2s and a 10. This is the celebrated person, but because it is in a direct line of people working together against him, and the traitor cards, the 10 of swords, perfect line. This is him get his crown being knocked off his head and him dropping off the horse. And then, if that doesn't make it worse, right next to that, in environment, we have another 10. This is the end of a cycle. This is the end of, what's that song? Shake your money maker. Yeah, shake your money maker. Yeah, shake, shake, shake your money maker. Your money maker ain't making no money no more. It's done. And then, and then, oh, yikes. Hopes and fears. Judgment. Judgment. Ah, please. This is the ninth card. Judgment. Oh, shit. He will be impeached. He will be impeached. And I think they're going to bring up criminal charges on his backside. Lord have mercy. Oh, my days. Oh, Cyril. When it first started, it was all so beautiful. How did it end up so bad? Oh, Cyril. Oh, Cyril. Oh, crumbs. Why did I pull 12 cards? I don't know why I pulled 12 cards. Anyway, I'm just going to keep on reading because the cards must be here for a reason, right? So, I have King of Swords. King of Swords. King of Swords. Oh, gosh, Cyril. Cyril, 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 Cyril. Look what you've done. Okay. King of Swords. Authority and command. That's how it normally comes out. Cool rationality and sound advice. You know what? I don't think that's the case in this situation. Ooh, exploitation. That's interesting. Exploitation. An unfair decision. Prejudice and grandiosity. That sounds like Cyril. I don't know if he's an air sign, although I can check. Well, a little bit. Make I check a thing. Because I've got a whole thing up here on him. Let's see. Cyril. Let's see. He was born in 1952. Doesn't say when his birthday was. How can it not say when his birthday was? That's not right. How can it not say when his birthday was? Should say when his birthday was, surely. Let's see. Cyril. When is his 15th of February? 15th of February. That's Cyril. Yep, Cyril is an Aquarius. Oh no, that's when he assumed office. Well on. Not yet. Oh, the 17th of November. So he's a Scorpio. Well, in all fairness, Scorpios can be quite, with their tongues and everything, but I would say that this was Cyril. Cyril was the King of Swords. Devious, scheming, poor judgment. Right, so what comes after that? We have the Knight of Spears. This is the one who jumps in and just goes. Excuse me. So I have a younger man here who's full of fire and action. I have an older man here who's also full of fire and action, but they're not facing each other. They're looking away from each other. What else do I see? What else do I see? Ah, the hermit. Isolation. Looking within. Okay. Ah, secrets. I bet they're going to find out he's got even more money hidden all over that property. And they're probably going to be asking him or making an investigation into finding out where the rest of the money is, or where did he get that money. That's going to be the next thing. Where did he get that money? Oh Lord. Page of Spades. There's a young man here, and he's facing the King of Spears. Let's have a look. Oh, sugar. Okay. Make I check it in, because this is not looking nice. You know how okay, you might not know. It depends if you've been keeping up with these things and watching and everything. But you know, Zuma, it took them a couple of years to get Zuma on criminal charges, prosecute him, and sentence him, right? I am not 100% sure. I'll have to pull more cards to find out. But honestly, I see them. This is definitely criminal charges. Okay. The first one I got for the night, change. So change, considerable importance. Yes. So there's going to be a big change. I would say it's going to be between a youngish man who is full of fire and ardent and energy, and an older man who is a bit more. He's much like the younger man, but they're not going to be on the same side. I don't think they're going to be on the same side. I think they're going to be opposing each other. I would say I think they're going to be opposing each other. Right. So one of the things that they were looking at, if he gets impeached, or if they decide to pursue the inquiry, was to work out if he'll be able to run for president as a second term. He will not be able to run for president as a second term. And there will be at the very least, two main candidates. One will be young and fiery and full of vim, and the other one will be older and also quite energetic as well. It's almost like you're seeing the same person at two different points in their life, but they're not going to be like they're going to be rivals. They're going to be rivals. They're definitely going to be rivals. I don't know if they're even going to be from the same party, because it could mean that a general election is going to be called. Yeah, a decisive leader, a person in charge of enterprise, a generous, mature man. Yeah, so these are two different people. Okay, between these two people, however, they're going to push him out so he will be isolated. His career is over. There's some secrets. I reckon the young man is going to open his mouth in his zest and his passion to be all non-corrupt, to do away with the old system and bring on the new. He's going to open his mouth and he's going to reveal some secrets. The older man, however, is a nurturer. He's a nurturer, and he's got someone in mind that he's got someone in mind that he wants to prepare for leadership. But he is an older guy, considerably older. And on top of that, this younger person underneath him will be a bringer of news and information. Yes, I figure, yes. This person will be a bringer of news, good news. Yes. I reckon out of the two of them, who's going to win, it's probably going to be the older guy who's going to win. I'm worried about an ending, though, for Mr. Ramaphosa. I don't think this is going to... Okay, we've got choices here. The lovers. We got the steady female. Oh, crumbs. Okay. You know what, Cyril? You should probably start deciding what prison you want to go to. Maybe if you can get someone to make you some prison uniforms in a slightly softer, more comfortable material. Obviously, they've got to have the right pattern and everything, but you know, ones that really show off your figure and are comfortable. You might want to look on to see if you can get some bedding that will fit your prison bed. And maybe, I don't know, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe you might want to look into doing some weights, exercise, and you know, working on your cardio and stuff, because dude, your ass is going to prison. Your ass is going to prison. So there you go. Boom, I'm done. All right, so it's a little bit shorter than I'd normally do it, which is perfect because I don't really want to do a long thing. I try to get everything out of the way as quickly as possible. I hope that you found today's reading entertaining. Yes. Sylvester, thank you. Yeah, the cards are talking tonight. The cards are talking tonight. My days, the cards are talking tonight. Yeah, I mean, there's the twos, which is all about people coming together and making decisions and making contracts and like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Don't get me wrong. The three of coins is very much about that too, but the two is more like, I shake, right, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's what the twos are, you know. And the tens was just like, dude, this is over. Give up. This is over. So yeah. And but yeah, Sylvester, thank you. Oh, and by the way, I caught your Balenciaga video. It was very good and very interesting. You did a great job on that one. You really did. And I have to say, before you even mentioned it, I didn't even realize what was happening there. So I'm really glad you did that video. It was really good. Well done, you. You know, but yeah. Cyril's kind of prison. You better pick out a cell. Make sure it's got a nice view. Anyway, all right. So, it's all right, Sylvester. It's all right, man. You're good at what you do, and I appreciate you. So, with all that being said, I am gonna go, and I just want to say good night to everybody, and well, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you watch me. I am available for if you'd like a personal reading. I will do a personal reading with you. Where I will use things like energy cards and oracle cards. Oh crumbs! I forgot to take an oracle card. Do I need to do an oracle card today? Should I just do it quickly? I've already shuffled the cards. All I need to do is just lay them out. Oh, thank you, babe. All I need to do is just lay them out and then, pick a card because I'm only going to pick one card. I'm not going to pick a whole mountain of cards today. I'm not in the mood. Um, my nose is a bit runny. I was supposed to do my hair, put some plastic on my head to keep it warm in winter, but I didn't get around to it, and that means I've also got to wash my hair, and then it's got to naturally dry. And I mean, the heating's on, so it's not like it's freezing. Actually, come to think of it, I've got two jumpers on at the moment. I should probably take one of them off. Anyway, all right. So, what is the final outcome for Cyril? What is your final outcome, Cyril? What is your final outcome? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it? I think it's this one. Haha. Cyril, wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom, Cyril. Wisdom. Oh, wisdom. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. Wisdom. Strive for wisdom. Okay. Haha. Okay. Here we go. The surface of the sea can be choppy and turbulent, but when we sink down into the depths, our surroundings are completely different. Often there is a stillness below. In other cases, the surface of the sea might be placid, yet down in the liquid blue are a myriad of creatures and a variety of seaweeds. A vast community of creatures is eating, mating, giving birth, and dying. What we see on the sea surface has very little to do with what is occurring below. So there's other things that are happening beneath the surface here. Hmm. Things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project, yet beneath the surface, things are happening, or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is letting you know that even though the surface of your life might be a bit rocky or wobbly, in a deeper place, all is well and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may seem challenging will later be revealed to have been beneficial. Um, Sylvester, you're so bad. Oh dear, Sylvester. Oh gosh, that's a terrible, terrible thought, man. That's a terrible, terrible thought. That's terrible, terrible. Let me take that off. Oh dear, what an awful thought. Well, I mean, he's not young and pretty, so he's got that going for him. I mean, well, okay. What I'm getting from this is even though it looks like he's going to prison, or he's going to at least be up on charges, um, this might actually not be a bad thing. This might not actually be the worst thing for him, which sounds totally nuts, totally and utterly bonkers. Maybe all of this coming to a head might actually help him in some way, might help him gain wisdom. Hey, it might even help him it might help him or push him towards aiding others who can do some good. Sounds nuts. Sounds absolutely bonkers, but it's possible. Or maybe he might just gain wisdom in his old age. I don't know. But it seems like there's more going on beneath the surface of this than one would originally suspect. In fact, I think I got it. The feeling I'm getting from this card, wisdom, more going on beneath the surface than we suspect. I think what's going to end up coming out of this is there will be other people that Cyril's been doing a thing. Oh, hello, Lisa D. Thank you for joining us. I think there's going to be other people that Cyril has had a relationship with in the past that he's been doing dodgy dealings with, and that's what's going to come out. So that's what I think that card means. I think the dodginess of Cyril and his brethren is going to come out. All right, so with that, I will say please like, please share, please subscribe. Please spread this across the realm. And if you want your own personal reading, please email me at showintheends@gmail.com. So good night, everybody. Sleep well, be warm, while I'm in the frozen hell of London. Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Apparently, later on in the week, it could go down to -15. That's bad. Good night.